Would you believe this pay-per-view right here, Survivor Series, especially with this year, very well could have been the last ever Survivor Series. Of course, one of the big four pay-per-views could have been very well its last, but there is a bright side, and that is right. The Survivor Series is back and alive and well, and is actually going to be this Sunday to be exact. So that's right. So that's why I'm in here for my Survivor Series 2010 predictions. What is going on, guys? We're back again in here for another video for you guys for today. And that's right, Survivor Series 2010 is here, and it almost wouldn't have been here, with all the rumors and stuff like that going on with the Survivor Series, but it is here today. And let's not waste any much time with this predictions video, and not in any particular order. So let's get on right into the matches. First match I'm gonna start it off is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Edge versus Kane, and we did see these two fight it out before in the past, but I don't think we ever seen them face each other for such a championship like the World Heavyweight Championship, so I believe this is the first time. But this match should be good, especially for Edge and Kane, so it should be good to at least pretty good, if not at best. So that's I'm gonna leave it off there. But I do see Kane actually retaining the World Heavyweight Championship one way or another. It would be nice to have Edge win it, but I do see actually Kane retaining and even possibly holding the world title just a little bit longer, at least until around WrestleMania time and when the Undertaker comes back. That's just the way how I see it. So my pick is Kane to retain the World Heavyweight Championship, and that's when I'm going to leave it off there. Then we get into the WWE Championship, the 3 Fire match with John Cena as the special guest referee. Wade Barrett versus Randy Orton. This match was actually kind of hard to predict. It could go either way with this match. Wade Barrett could win the WWE title, and also having not only the WWE title, but the Tag Team Championships as well with Nexus, which actually would help Nexus, and it would make them at least a little bit more stronger, holding almost all the championships in the WWE, and winning it at a big 4 pay-per-view too, known as the Survivor Series. Also, Randy Orton could retain here, and John Cena could very well be fired. If that does happen, I have been hearing that John Cena very well could go to SmackDown. Which makes kind of sense. I can kind of see that, but I don't really think that would exactly happen like that. Unless he goes to doing stuff behind the scenes, or doing some movies. So I do see that happening now. But it does make sense to have John Cena go to SmackDown, being the fact of the lack of the roster on SmackDown. So I do see why that might happen. But anyway, this was kind of hard to predict, so I haven't really come to a final decision on this. So right now it's either Wade Barrett or Randy Orton. You guys can drop your own predictions on what you think is going to happen with that. So that ends it with that match. And then we get into the 2-on-1 handicap match for the Divas Championship, Natyla versus Lay Cool. This has been one of the many matches Natyla has had for quite some time. With that time also I've been pulling with Natyla. Hopefully this will be the time for Natyla to finally win her first ever championship with the Divas Championship. So I'm hoping for that to happen, and that's going to leave it off there. So let's move on. Then we got the next match, which is not for a championship, just a regular singles match between Sheamus and John Morrison. Now this one should be actually pretty good here. We got John Morrison coming to the aid of Santino as of late and getting into the business with Sheamus, so that's when we had this match. I'm actually looking pretty forward for it. So with that being said, I'm actually going to go with John Morrison in this match. I think he should have a win, especially at the Survivor Series too, so, and on the pay-per-view, so I think that would, at least make sense. Even though if Sheamus does win, I would be fine with it, but I think, John Morrison should get the upper hand and win over Sheamus, so that's I'm going to leave it off there. Then we get into actually the Unified Tag Team Championships, which will be on the line Santino Marella and Vladimir Koslov against the Nexus here. And you know, I don't see Marella and Koslov winning it. Maybe later on in their career, but I don't actually see that happening right now at this current time anyway. But you know, Nexus, I think they should, you know, come out on top and retain, and then they can have, you know, like I said before, not only the tag team championships but the main, you know, WWE championships. So I think Nexus would retain, and it would make sense too for Nexus to retain too as well. Next match, another title match here. We got United States Championship on the line between Bryan and Ted DiBiase. Now, DiBiase, you know, trying to get the $1 Million Championship back, but he declined that, and now he wants a better title, and that is the United States Championship. So we do have that match. You know, I think this will be actually not that bad of a match. You know, I like Danielson and I like Ted DiBiase. So, you know, I don't see DiBiase winning, maybe at the next pay-per-view or so, just to continue the rivalry. But I do see Daniel Bryan retaining the United States Championship and keeping the title just a little bit more longer, which I think will make more sense. So that's why I'm going to leave it off of that. Then we get into the return of the traditional Survivor Series team. Now, I didn't think we were going to have this at all. You know, throughout the whole month of, you know, this month, you know, we only had 2 matches for the Survivor Series, and most of the matches were crammed up this week. So we do have the return of the traditional Survivor Series team. Now, it's not exactly the greatest Survivor Series team, but at least it's on there. But anyway, we do have Team Alberto Del Rio against Team Rey Mysterio. Alberto Del Rio's team, we got Jack Swagger, we got Drew McIntyre in here, Cody Rhodes, and Tyler Ricks. Over on Rey Mysterio's side, of course, we got Rey Mysterio, Big Show, Kofi Kingston, MVP, and Chris Masters, which I thought was pretty random, but at least, you know, Masters is on a pay-per-view, so that's why I'm going to leave it off at that. But anyway, this should be, you know, not that bad. Anyway, at least, you know, kind of like fast-paced match, bragging rights with the whole bragging rights team. But, you know, I would like to see Alberto Del Rio's team actually come out on top. I know Rey Mysterio is trying to get his revenge on, you know, Del Rio, but, you know, I think, you know, Alberto Del Rio should come out on top and, you know, continue his, you know, basically undefeated streak, and, you know, go out on top at the pay-per-view as well. So I think that would be actually really good too. So that's basically it with all the matches on the Survivor Series. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are, and then you can drop your comments down there below, and that has to do with the video. And as always, I will talk to you guys later on. Peace.